See?
I am. I'm excited. Can't wait for the opportunity.
What have you seen on film of the defense, the line, and the offensive line, in particular?
They're really good up front, as you can expect, a West Coast team, They're really good at what they do. They got a great head coach, so, we just got to go out there and play our game and be disciplined.
What excites you most about starting Big Ten play this season?
Man, just the atmosphere, I know the Boiler fans are going to bring it on Saturday. The atmosphere is going to be crazy. It's going to be rocking, and I can't wait.
How about just as an athlete, knowing this is going to be a bigger challenge? Is that something you guys have been waiting for, looking for?
We just try to get better every day. At the end of the day, it's nameless, faceless opponents. We focus on what we have to do to continue to get better. At the end of the day, it's us versus ourselves.
You guys are picked kind of as an underdog in this game. Has that kind of lit a fire under the team to come back and defend the home turf against this team?
Like I was saying, we don't really focus on the outside noise. We stay to what we do. We stay true to what we do. Just coming out every day, just continue to get better every day. That's all we can do. And at the end of the day, the game's going to play for itself.
In a strange way, was it maybe a good thing the way Southern Illinois came out and got down the field quickly that forced you guys to have to adapt?
Yes, I think it was a great time. Southern Illinois is a good team. They're going to win a lot of games, so it was good to see, basically get punched in the mouth. So, we see how we react. We seen how we react. We acted really good. Came out the next half and basically stopped them. Had 130 yards after that. So I feel like we did a great job in the second half. We just got to continue to progress.
What are you happiest with about what this defense did through 2 games?
Just our effort and our discipline, just being who we are, in fall camp, that's what effort, strain, getting to the ball, being strong, being tough, being physical at the point of attack. I feel like we really did in the past 2 games.
What does the defense need to improve?
Just continue to be us, continue to communicate, continue to be physical, straining, running to the ball, being tough up front, that's all we can do.
But pretty much every position you guys have played too deep on defense in the first couple games. How does that help the rest of you that that it's, a D-line you guys rotate a lot anyway, but all over the field, I would think that has to help just keep everybody locked in? Or?
Yes, sir. We have great guys. We have great depth. So, just keeping bodies fresh. Everybody can play. There's no drop-off. So I feel like that's a big advantage to us as we can keep fresh bodies on the field. Everybody can play to their best and keep the standard.
After last year, why'd you stick around in Purdue?
I had stayed during spring ball, and I had got to know Coach Odom and Coach Shear and Coach Green. I feel like they was great guys who believed in me and what I could do, so I was all for it.
Was spring kind of like a wait-and-see thing for you then? Go through spring, see where you stand after that, and then make another decision?
Yes, sir. I just left it to God. I was praying on it, seeing what God had planned for me, and God told me to stay. I did, and I'm grateful for the decision I have made.
What is better about maybe this defensive scheme? You had great players in the defense last year, starting elsewhere in the Big Ten and at Clemson, but the defense is obviously clicking on all cylinders right now.
I feel like we just continue to just emphasize the little things, just being who we are. Like I was saying, being tough, physical, and just running to the ball. I feel like that's a big emphasis for us, and that's why we have so much success.
What would an upset win mean to the program?
I'm sorry, you said what?
What would an upset win mean to the program?
It'd be another win for us. We'll just continue to keep building and just prepare for other opponents and just continue to get better every day.
What makes Braden Joyner so good?
Man, Braden, he's a dog. He brings physicality, grit. He has great feet. He may not be the biggest, but he plays big. He plays 6'5", so I feel like that's the best thing for him, just his grit and his strain.
You guys had some snap issues early in camp. What does it mean for the whole team to see someone kind of stabilize that pretty basic part of the game?
It happens. We're human at the end of the day, so mistakes happen. But, I feel like they have started to see that we trust in them, and, mistakes happen. So just continue to be there for our teammates and building them up gives them the confidence to go out there and play their game. And that's all we need.
Anything else? Cool. Thanks, Demeco.
Thank you.